Hello and welcome. This is Diana Adamko here, and this is the first voice log I am sharing with you from The Becoming Woman. I was wondering where to start this podcast. What shall I say in the first episode? And this is exactly it. There is no starting point. Life is a continuous evolution. So I would like to talk to you about the becoming woman in real time, how it's happening right now in every moment of our lives. The becoming woman is about our awareness of our continuous evolution, having an awareness of where we are, how far we've come, and who we have become, and allowing ourselves to own it. Owning who we have become is a continuous starting point every single morning, if you like, and also, will we let our becoming unfold daily, or would we let it go out of conditioning? So maybe if I have to pick a starting point to the becoming woman, the first step is to recognize that we are continuously becoming the next version of ourselves, whilst we own who we are right now. What allows this continuous and simultaneous unfolding is awareness. Awareness comes from the pause, when we find a way to be still in this ever-unfolding continuum, and evaluate, reflect, and to see our full self, who we are right now. What I want to share with you on this podcast here on Substack is actually having this journey in real time, share this unfolding that we all go through, and be the voice for it so we can all remember to remember all our parts and all the parts of our lives to become who we can be. One of the things I notice in this unfolding, this is very much has started to change with the millennials and especially with Gen Z, but the generations before that, I am Gen X by the way, in our lives, we had a different conditioning that didn't encourage our continuous becoming. We grew up with the values of having a long-term career, staying in the same job for decades, settling down early, getting married, having a house, and living in the same place for decades. It was all about sticking with the sameness for long periods of time, which would make it hard to embrace our becoming. You were a rebel, an outcast, a weirdo if you followed your passion, your calling, or abandoned this idea of being settled, especially as women. So we are kind of living in a society where there is still this expectation to be settled. We have been conditioned to ignore our continuous evolution and becoming the next version of ourselves. Because you might be the first person in your family with a degree, or having a business, choosing not to have kids, or having a family without getting married to your partner. You might be the first one who is owning and living her becoming. Could it be? Ignoring our becoming must have been the safe option when the societal expectation was to be settled, live and work at the same place for the rest of our lives. But the truth is, things never stay the same. Somewhere deep inside we knew we didn't stay the same, nor our job, our relationships, our homes. Everything was becoming a new version of itself over time. When we recognize the changes, the next part is to do something about it. And that can be even scarier than recognizing it. Because when we actually do something, there is no turning back. We are actively on the path of becoming. We are actively laying a new foundation. And it is like a domino effect, that one action will slowly but surely bring change to all areas of our lives. And then we will have to live that new life, be that new self. We are here to stay conscious and aware of our continuous becoming. I feel like this is where I am in my life. I am at a big junction, like a big becoming, a big step, a big change, a big evolution. And I have to say that I haven't allowed this to unfold for the past 2, 3, or even 4 years. I wanted to hold on to who I was, and I knew it was an old version of me, but found it really hard to let go of that version of me. And I have to tell you the truth. The last few years was a struggle, because it was hard to be her. It was actually impossible. Everything in my life got stuck. I tried to push certain areas, but without allowing me fully claiming that new version of me, things just didn't work. I chose a kind of a path of a victimhood, poor me, incapable me. I believed that somehow I just lost my mojo, my gifts and capableness to create and grow. But something shifted in May 2025. Now it is September, a short 5 months later. And in just a few months of willing to embrace my becoming, life started to bring up options and opportunities. These opportunities probably were always there all along, but I couldn't notice them because I was denying myself from this becoming. What a difference once I started to embrace it. Things simply started to happen. There is something I am really passionate about this, that these shifts, transformations, becomings are not red carpet events. They always happen between the four walls when you are all alone. And just because it is not such a public event, your becoming is not necessarily comes with a big, spectacular external achievement, it doesn't mean it is not happening and not powerful. Because there will be a point when the inner and the outer circles of your becomings brush each other's boundaries, and then there will be a natural progression of your becoming turning visible. For me, this Substack podcast is that. In this becoming that is unfolding for me now, one of the important things is to follow my intuition with full faith. I have been an intuitive person before. I have been following my intuition before. But this time, what I feel that really stands out in my becoming is how much deeper I am asked from my higher self to fully believe in the guidance of my intuition. This is why I am starting this podcast about the becoming woman, to talk about the daily mess and beauty, unfiltered, ordinary journey of becoming. And it is intuition why I am doing it on Substack. I was going to do it on Spotify, but I was given an intuitive guidance to do it on Substack. So here I am to just share with you what's happening and how it's happening. And by sharing this unfolding, I want you to be inspired to open your awareness to your becoming, so that we give ourselves permission together to claim all parts of ourselves and our lives through a lifetime, not just a season, not just once when we were young, but in every phase of our lives. So this is an invitation for both of us to take the path of the becoming woman more intentionally and more daringly. I hope you won't just follow me along this journey, but do it with me. This is the voice log of my becoming for today. Please subscribe to my Substack, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts, any questions, and your journey of becoming. I'll see you next time. Much love, Diana.